From the land down under, with the rock at its centre, comes the little Aussie Watchman. Anti-Christian laws are coming thick and fast on Aussie soil. On the 22nd of November 2017, assisted suicide became law in Victoria. That's right, this post-Christian nation now thinks it's okay to deliberately kill somebody. It is true that the law is restrictive. It is currently open only for those terminally ill patients who are expected to die within 6 months, or for those with neurodegenerative disease who are expected to die within 1 year. Let me just point out a few issues. The first is that doctors often incorrectly guesstimate when a patient will die. Every disease is different, and every patient is different. Not only that, treatment for metastatic cancer has dramatically improved, and it is often impossible to be sure about the life expectancy in a certain particular patient. While clinicians can give an average life expectancy for a condition, they are often dramatically wrong when applying these changes to an individual patient. The second issue is called mission creep. Once killing terminally ill patients becomes commonplace and accepted, then the goalposts will change. It can change to include anyone who is terminally ill, or even eventually to include anyone who is unnecessarily suffering from a medical or psychological condition. By altering our morals and ethics by law, our leaders have opened a can of worms that they will not be able to hold back. Death begets death, and sin begets sin. The third issue is emotional blackmailing a patient to choose death. For example, family members who are keen to access inheritance money can make the patient feel useless in society, or an unnecessary expense on the family, or deliberately make the patient feel depressed in order for them to choose to kill themselves. The emotional blackmailing can also be given by medical staff who make it unpleasant for terminally ill patients, or suggest that there are other patients who need their bed. All of the things I have mentioned so far have happened in other nations who have chosen the path of death over life. They whom have changed the medical profession in order for it to become a vehicle of death will eventually suffer the inevitable spiritual blowback both personally and corporately as a state of Australia. The fourth issue is increased murder of terminally ill patients. In nations that have chosen this dastardly path, both doctors and nurses have been convicted of deliberately killing patients under their care. By opening this doorway to death, the government has made it easier for those filled with hate to commit violent crimes against the most vulnerable. The fifth and last issue I'll bring up is the spiritual one. In the last months of one's life, the spiritual issues of salvation and the afterlife can become foremost in one's mind. For those people who are far from God, this time can be crucial for them to turn to their Creator and apply the blood of Jesus to their sins. This is probably the greatest tragedy. By taking the easy way out, many will miss their opportunity of being in an eternity with a loving God. Hopefully, in the years to come, this disastrous decision can be reversed. However, for the short to medium term, we are to be under the heavy hand of judgment from a God who will discipline a wayward nation.